Hello, Cancer. I hope you're doing well today. I'm going to have you take a deep breath with me, and in, and out. Thank you. That's actually cool. I split it on the Chariot, the Cancer card in the Major Arcana. It's very cool. All right, we're just going to do a nice little past, present, and future for you today. This one flipped up. So far, we have the Four of Swords in the reverse position. In the recent past, the Four of Swords in the reverse position. In your present, we have the Eight of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands in the reverse position. And in the future, we have the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Four of Cups in the reverse position. So in the recent past, you may have been forced into a type of rest or reflection mode. It's like you may have been pushing yourself too far in something and it was requiring you to take a break. Either other people took a break for you, meaning if there was a exterior energy that was saying like you are required to take a break, then that may have been forced upon you in that manner. It may have been something like it just kept on going and going, and so potentially there could have been burnout, but there's an aspect of you may have needed to rest at some point, but you were forced into rest, into reflection, based off of the lack of following instruction towards rest. It could also be if you were in a romantic dynamic where you may have been a bit heartbroken. It's almost like there could have been an energy of trying to distract yourself from this heartbreak, but it got to the point where your distractions no longer worked, and so you had to I just gotta face the music, but you had to face the heartbreak and contemplate, go into a rest period, retreat from everything outside. Yeah, rest. And in this present time, with this Eight of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands in the reverse, it's like there's a lot of fears around, it's just a lot of fears around abandonment is what I'm getting. fears around lacking. It's almost like you don't want to look at the concept of you might be feeling like you are going into a state of abandonment right now with someone, with finances, with potentially a home, just things that may have felt very stable and sure are now feeling as though it's like how do I say? It's like everything that you wanted to come into fruition is not coming into fruition, and you don't want to look at it. This could be somebody around you as well, but it feels as though it's your energy of just wishing to not look at what seems to be like I got like a worst nightmare. But in reality, it could be something that isn't as bad as it may seem. Like a lot of it may be causing you a lot of fear and anxiety because of unhealed fears and anxieties within your system that are being projected onto the situation. And so, like, if you have a fear of abandonment or of being in lack, it could be financial poverty again. It could be emotional poverty. It could be just somebody leaving you and just having that fear. But there's an underlying thing of something was never coming to fruition. Something was never going to manifest in the passionate way that it needed to manifest. And although this may be the truth, it's like two things can be true at the same time. Even if something was never going to come and manifest, there's still the fear around the concept of losing people, places, or things and being without. I want to get a card for advice about this. Like, what kind of energy can you bring to the table in order to... Well, the first card that... The first card that popped up was the Queen of Pentacles. So bringing abundant energy to your mindset, bringing self-sufficient energy to your mindset. Yeah, okay. All right. The Sun in the reverse. With this, I'm kind of gathering that it's important to see the light in the situation, the silver linings. Like, things still can be... There's times that I'm very depressed or I'm feeling depression. And I'm feeling frustrated, and I have no desire to look at the positives. But I still, not all the time, of course, but a lot of the times I still try to say, I know that this is working in my favor. I know that this is working in my favor. I know that I'm blessed in this way, and that these things are such beautiful blessings that I'm very grateful for these things, even though I can't feel them in the way that I would be able to if I was in a less depressed state. It's important to acknowledge all that you still do have so that you can move through the state of fear, depression, anger, whatever it is, anxiety, and still hold on to a piece of what you can feel when you are out of that state. So, I mean, like, it's almost like, all right, somebody is, like, I'm breaking up with somebody and I'm really sad and frustrated and lonely, feeling lonely now that I'm separated from them, and I feel abandoned and I feel all of these other things. But then it can be like, but I am grateful for this opportunity to be able to find a better partner for myself. Even though I'm feeling like I don't want to be single, I don't want to be alone, this is a wonderful opportunity for me to be able to become a different version of me so I can find somebody that really uplifts me, that really brings me into a joyful state. And it's one of those things that even if you don't actively because it's so difficult to be able to believe any of those words when you're in I'm just going to continue when you're in a depressed state. It's also really important to just declare these like positives, I guess. Declare that this opportunity is an opportunity. It's something that's good that's coming to me, even though I'm feeling all of these negative things. 11:11 on the clock. Even though I'm feeling anxious and abandoned and in a lack state and frustrated that things aren't coming to fruition, I can still see that there is a light at the end of this tunnel. There's still sunshine in the world. Like, just because I'm feeling like a rainy day doesn't mean it's raining outside. Yeah. Just holding on to the concept that there are good things to come and not fueling the concepts of things are, things aren't always going to be this way, basically. There is light even in the darkness, even when it's not as bright as you'd like it to be. All right. And in the near future, there is some sort of partnership. It could be a business partnership. It could be friends gathering together. And it may be somebody is coming towards you, 12:21 on the clock. Somebody is coming towards you with an offering of love, in this case, it's like there could be a childlike energy. It could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This could also be you seeing somebody else and wanting to both work with them and also having a little spark of love with them or for them. And it could just start really small romantic gestures, just getting to know this person because you see an aspect of like solid commitment with them. It's something like that their words, they don't say what they don't mean. They don't agree to something that they're not really wanting to invest in. And there's someone, you or somebody else, I feel as though it's you, that something about this future situation is causing you to go into a state where you're not saying no, but you're not saying yes. And I think it feels as though it's because you need to go interiorly and reflect on things. I mean, it makes sense, especially if you're coming out of a bunch of different emotions of anxiety and all of these things that we just talked about, the feelings of abandonment. And it's like you see the value of self-reflection and you see how much you may need to look interiorly before you can accept anything exteriorly. And so if there's a cup being offered to you, you may be a little bit extensively ignoring it and potentially also ignoring some aspects of healing that you may need to do, but it's like you're letting the cup linger in the air so that it's still there when you come out of this. But at this point, there's both stubbornness and just an unwillingness to accept a cup without doing some other work internally. I'll take one more card from this. Can you tell me like one more for this future? Yeah, that makes sense. The Three of Cups in the reverse. So that makes a lot of sense. When I was looking at the Four of Cups, I was seeing specifically these 3 cups and how separate they were from this new cup. And it almost feels like this new cup is whoever this Page of Wands is. Whatever that spark of new, young, like innocent kind of love, a little immature kind of love. And this Three of Cups in the reverse is almost I'm getting this energy of like, in the past, how you would deal with love situations and reflecting on how you used to deal with them, how you used to partner with people, how you used to befriend people, and something about that is crumbling. Things about how you used to is crumbling. And it's like you may be realizing that something needs to change. It's like something's got to give. It could have been a dynamic where you were in third-party situations, maybe without somebody's knowledge, maybe with somebody's knowledge. But there's a lot of like self-reflection around, if I'm going to accept, okay, so I just got for somebody, if I'm going to accept this cup of love, I need to work on why these cups are not for me. If I'm going to accept a new cup, I need to reflect and work through why I like third-party relationships. For someone, take what's yours and leave the rest behind. That's definitely not for everyone. But it could be why I struggle to concentrate on just a one-on-one. Why there's something about just other people being involved when it comes to love and that coming to an end. It could be that your friends put a lot of input into relationships. It could be that there is an amount of third party. It could just be that you like to celebrate a lot and you don't want to, like you've enjoyed celebrating a lot and you didn't want to settle down in a specific way. But there's a lot of contemplation about, like, I'm not saying yes or no to this new cup because I'm still working on this past 3 cups, and I'm still figuring out how to best deal with my emotions based off of what these past cups that I've been satisfied with to an extent have provided me. It feels a little bit convoluted, but I'm also kind of feeling like it may feel convoluted because it's felt convoluted to you. It's felt potentially confusing to you as to why all these emotions are happening in the way that they are. I'm going to take a card from the When My Soul Whispered Oracle deck, and then we'll call it. So we have microcosm. There you go. Okay. Microcosm and healing. To see the world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wildflower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Every human is the embodiment of the universe in miniature form. It is time to recognize the dynamic relationship existing between yourself and all that surrounds you. Like a butterfly effect, every action, word, and movement is reflected and magnified as it reverberates into the time and space it surrounds. Many people underestimate their ability to affect change on a wider scale and become stuck. Realize that you can be a catalyst for great change right now, simply by making changes in your own interactions with the world around you. Critics will say no one will notice a drop of water in the ocean, but if your actions inspire another, which in turn inspires another, the ocean eventually creates a tidal wave, bringing with it great power and an altered landscape. Never underestimate the effect of the small upon the great. I strive to show through example how one person can be a catalyst for great change. My light, miniature, encapsulate, embody, small scale. My shadow, internalize, insular, narrow, underestimate. Healing. In order to heal, we must first forgive, and sometimes the person we must forgive is ourselves. When you have been hurt, it is a completely natural reaction to raise your defenses. You may block others from getting close to you on an emotional level to prevent future hurt from occurring, and you may chastise yourself for allowing personal vulnerability. To start the healing process, you must first forgive yourself. If you find that you are engaging in a pattern of negative self-talk, take a moment to stop, breathe deeply, and let go of those destructive thought patterns. The truth is that no matter what you may have done in the past, that time has gone. No amount of worry or berating yourself will change what has already come to pass, nor will it allow the healing process to begin. As you move forward, you must use hindsight as a measure of wisdom rather than a tool for punishment. It is time to forgive, starting with yourself, and then others. Forgiveness will set you free as you walk along the path of healing. My light, restore, recover, renewal, convalesce, recuperate, forgive. My shadow, discontent, regret, sorrow, disease. My sacred words, I embrace my shadow, integrating it into the wholeness of my all, discarding nothing. The thorns of a rose have the potential to inflict pain, but with a little patience and careful handling, it will bloom. Any pain will fade like a distant memory. You must be careful not to let your own thorns prevent the beautiful potential of healing. Take what's yours and leave the rest behind. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.